The wise steward will certainly want to experience that rest which was designed to bring the steward in harmony with nature and with the divine. Yes, we have been looking at rest. A rest, according to Genesis, set up by the master of the universe. He rested on the seventh day. He blessed the seventh day. He sanctified the seventh day. That's what we have in Genesis. When we get over to the Pentateuch, we discover that the writer of the Pentateuch is interpreting, expanding upon, exploring that rest of Genesis chapter 2 and encouraging the Israelite to be part of that rest program. It was so serious, so outstanding for the Israelites that if one should fall out of line, not observing the seventh day rest, quite likely it would merit the death penalty. So serious it was. They took it that serious because they believe that in resting, in opening themselves to that divine rest, they would be linking themselves to the community, to nature, and to the divine. When we get over to the historical books, we discover that it was very much the same thing. It was a very serious matter, a very important matter, something for them to pay attention to, so much so that Nehemiah forbid the merchants to come with their merchandise to trade on the Sabbath day. It was a day set apart for them to meet with the divine. Why do otherwise? Nehemiah was bold enough to let them know, if you come in on the Sabbath day again with your goods, whatever they may be, however outstanding, however charming, whatever it may be, if you come in on the Sabbath day, I will lay my hands upon you. Undoubtedly, he was taking them back to that experience where the man went out. This is in the Pentateuch, where the man went out to gather sticks, maybe to cook his food, to whatever it was, but he was gathering sticks. The elders were so disgusted with the event that they dash off to Moses and say, man is transgressing. The man was locked up. As it were, the man was put on trial, and eventually death was pronounced. Nehemiah said, I will lay my hands on you also. And so we see that throughout the historical books, throughout the Pentateuch, rest day was part of their existence. To go against that was very, very serious matter. Now, when we get to the wisdom books, and we're talking about Job, Psalm, Proverb, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, and all those books, we do not have a lot on Sabbath rest. And it's not absolutely necessary. For that's what not the wisdom writers set out to uh, interpret and expand upon. No, they set out to help the folk to understand that God was the mighty creator, the, heaven, the originator, the causal factor for all that is in the heavens and in the earth. And so they didn't spend a lot of time to give a message as to Sabbath observance. I am taking it, maybe wrongly, but you can help me there. And I do believe it is so. Maybe Sabbath observance was so well established by that time that they didn't have to be talking about worship on the seventh day from sunset to sunset. Be that as it may, we have one little mention. Again, whether this was thrown in later or it was given about the time the event was taking place, but it is helping us to understand that Sabbath observance was part of their program. And that is when we get to Psalm 92. The topic there say a psalm or song for the Sabbath day. A psalm or song for the Sabbath day. This could well, sorry, this could well be a later addition. But again, it was to emphasize what was taking place. They were having Sabbath worship at that time. They were coming together to remind themselves that a creator had done wonderful things at the beginning of time. And so, whether it's late or it was of the time, but it is pointing to a Sabbath rest as an important event, as something that united the universe. A psalm or song for the Sabbath day. And it tells you what is there. It is good to give thanks unto the Lord and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning and thy faithfulness every night, upon an instrument of 10 strings, and upon the psaltery, upon the harp, with a solemn sound. For thou, Lord, hast made me glad through thy work. I will triumph in the works of thy hands. O Lord, O great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. That's what the Sabbath day, worship on the Sabbath day, is to do. Help you to understand the mighty works of the great Creator. And let me pause here to say, those who claim to worship on the Sabbath day, if you get together and it's not doing exactly what we have here, you're missing the point. It's not, the Sabbath rest is not so much about man. It is about God. And that's what the psalmist is saying. And that is good enough in the wisdom book to say that Sabbath was important for the people who were claiming to be God's people, to be the ones responsible to perpetuate, to expound, to tell abroad that there is a creator, there is a God, there is a mighty one who is the causal factor for all that exists. Be wise and prosper today. And if at all you have been blessed, give a like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.